Domestic airports.
Hi, I'm Adam. I'm at Roma Street Station in Brisbane, where I'll be catching the train to the airport, which takes about 20 minutes. Come join me as I fly home to Adelaide on a Qantas 737.
This train terminates at the Brisbane Domestic Airport.
It's sad to see so many aircraft in storage. Qantas has cancelled all international flights, but that is likely to change with the forthcoming travel bubble to New Zealand. Brisbane is normally Australia's third busiest airport, after Sydney and Melbourne, but because of travel restrictions and state border closures, is currently the busiest airport in Australia, based on data from the Federal Transport Department, with 347,000 passengers using the airport in July 2020. Of course, these numbers are very low compared to previous years. The air train operates between the airport and the Gold Coast via Brisbane City, running every 15 minutes in peak hour and generally every 30 minutes at other times. In a typical year, about 850,000 passengers travel between Brisbane and Adelaide each year. However, because of the pandemic, that number slumped to 650,000 last financial year. This is the return leg of my flight. If you haven't seen my video outlining what it's like to fly in Australia during the pandemic, click on the card at the top of this video. Always attach an extra sticker somewhere on your luggage in case the bag tag breaks off. One advantage of travelling during a pandemic: no queue at all for security. Brisbane Airport is undergoing a $40 million redevelopment to provide more shops and dining options. I get 2 complimentary Qantas Club entries with one of my credit cards, but because the Qantas Club at Brisbane is closed, this means I can access the business lounge instead. Brisbane's domestic business lounge is very quiet, so there's plenty of space for physical distancing. Barista-made coffee with views of the tarmac. Heaven. They have very nice products in the business lounge bathrooms. Here's my aircraft, arriving from Cairns. This aircraft was delivered to Qantas in 2013, making it 7 years old. It sports an Aboriginal themed livery.
Any tissues. Should become unwell during the flight, please alert a crew member immediately and follow their instructions. Must remain your allocated seat and not change seats throughout the flight, as this will assist us contacting passengers in the event any follow-up is required. It is important that you are familiar with the safety features of the Boeing 737-800 series aircraft. Please watch the crew member or the video screen nearest to you.
Your attention for the next few minutes to make your journey a safe one, as we take a journey through 100 years of innovation and Australian spirit.
Now, welcome to the 1970s, when Qantas first introduced business class.
Before you get underway, make sure all your bags are in the overhead locker or under the zip drawer.
Smoking isn't allowed on Qantas flights anymore. Your aircraft is fitted with smoke detectors, including in the toilets, so there's no smoking until you're back on the ground. This includes e-cigarettes, whatever they are.
There was a Qantas employee, Jack Brandt, who invented the very first inflatable escape slide raft. Your aircraft today is fitted with escape slides and life rafts, which the crew will operate in an emergency. If you need to evacuate, leave all items behind.
If you want to see the full unedited takeoff footage in real time, go to Oz Flight Channel Extra. We get views of the Brisbane CBD and the Gateway Bridge as we climb towards 36,000 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has now turned off the seatbelt sign. For your safety, you are required to keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. The convenience to our customers in the main cabin, seat rows 4 through to 30, there are 2 restrooms at the rear of the aircraft. One in the forward cabin is our business class customers only. Standing in the aisle, the galleys and queuing for restrooms is prohibited at all times.
Our route takes us over Narrabri and Mildura with a flight time of 2 hours and 30 minutes. Although this is a lunchtime flight, only snacks are currently being served in economy on most flights. This is the macadamia chocolate slice. Hot and cold drinks are also available. Complimentary face masks and sanitising wipes are provided. The legroom for a shortish flight is fine. Strangely, the in-flight entertainment system wasn't available on this flight, only the flight map. In-flight Wi-Fi was not working either. Have you travelled during the pandemic? Let me know how you found it in the comments below. One-way flights between Brisbane and Adelaide with Qantas are available for $190 one way.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now commenced our descent into Adelaide. Service has been completed for the sector and a cabin crew will now clear the cabin. Please be advised that it is an offence to bring certain items into South Australia. If you're carrying in fresh fruit, vegetables, plants or seeds, please give them to a crew member or dispose of them in the quarantine bin at the terminal. Due to COVID-19, domestic travel restrictions are in place across Australia and it is your responsibility to ensure you're eligible to enter South Australia today. Latest travel advice can be accessed on the COVID Safe app. Brisbane to Adelaide, the local time 3:40. Please be careful when opening the overhead lockers. Your luggage may have moved during the flight. All customers must disembark here. Your luggage will be available carousel 1 on the ground floor. When the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, you may then disembark through the forward door. We do remind you smoking is strictly prohibited whilst disembarking and throughout the airport. It also includes e-cigarettes. If your electronic device is within reach, now safe to take that off flight mode.
Cabin crew, just doors, cross check.
The passengers who stand up are asked to sit down again, as the aircraft is deboarded 5 rows at a time. To enter South Australia, you need to complete a cross-border travel registration form with SA Police. Photo ID is required. Hi, so here I am back in Adelaide and I'm actually at home now. I decided in the circumstances with the border controls that were in place, it was best not to film in the airport, and there wasn't many places I could have done so because of the high police presence and the areas that were restricted for arriving passengers, so they're kept separate from departing passengers. So overall the flight was pleasant. On the plane all I got was a snack, which I sort of expected, but I sort of hoped maybe they would have provided a meal. So it's disappointing that they haven't reintroduced meals in economy yet, but maybe that will happen soon. The in-flight entertainment was also unavailable on this flight, unlike my flight to Brisbane, so that was a bit unusual. The arrival process was also quite different to arriving in Brisbane, a little bit more stressful. I guess they're perhaps a bit stricter here arriving in South Australia because there's currently no active COVID-19 cases. Then there was a big queue to go through the police checks. I timed it, it took about 20 minutes to get to the front of that queue. The policeman did say to me that that's because they had an influx of flights, so normally it's not that long. I guess again they were maybe a little bit stricter than I thought in Queensland in terms of double checking your driver's identification, and they also provided a pack that has information on symptoms, where you get tested. I decided to cut that bloke off, he raved on too long. I hope you found this video useful and interesting. If you did, I'd be grateful if you can hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. See you soon.